our catcher does have a camera on his forehead, and it's the one that I'm looking at you in right now, Greg.
Why does he have a camera on his head?
It's so special. So look, everybody at home, what we were doing now, you take a look here. This is Dave Valle. Yes, he's got a camera on top of his head. Val, why the camera on top of the head? What are we going to do?
Well, we were talking in the show, in the meeting before the show, about throwing down to second base and different ways that catchers are and should be thinking about how to throw guys out. But you guys are asking me about what I was looking for when I threw to second base. And typically I would look for the area of second base, and then after that it was all muscle memory. Once I released the baseball, I wasn't actually looking at the bag. But what's
happening all over the place like that. So that's what we're going to try to see here. But also two things we're going to talk about. Where you're throwing the ball, and what we've been able to see now. We'll go to videotape and show you guys what catchers have been doing, some by design and some by accident, but it's a great philosophy. Throw that ball up the line a little bit more, because the closer you can get towards first base, the better shot you get of cutting a runner down. It used to be you had to throw it to the bag, and the middle infielder would tap the bag, and that was the difference. But Greg, Dave, tell us about what you're seeing.
Well, what we're seeing here is just being very, very much more efficient with the throw. This is a lot shorter throw. You see Baez, he's not worried about getting to the bag and straddling it and dropping a tag. He wants to catch the ball and tag the guy, whether it's his butt, whether it's his feet, and in this case right here, because of replay, all you got to do is touch the body, put the tag on regardless of where it is, and do it as quickly as you can. And Baez is probably one of the best at doing that in the game of baseball right now.
So the difference was, when I was playing second base, I was taught, get here, get to the bag, straddle it, and I'm going to slap this tag down as fast as I can. There was no replay back in that day. Now with replay, you can get out. A lot of times I would tag a guy up here on a bad throw, and because his body was so long, you would think that he was already on the bag. You never got that call. Now replay's showing it. So Dave, the point that Dave is making, with all the shifts now, you got a guy starting right here, really. All he's got to do is walk right here, and he cuts off the distance of that tag. And now all of a sudden you're making this tag here, and you're shortening that run and that throw to home. And that's what we're working on right now.
And Harold, the other thing about that, when you come in, I want you in front of the base path. I don't want you behind the base path where the runner's going to slide in front of you. I want you to be there in front so that when you receive the ball, it's a quick little move to apply that tag. It's going to be quicker. It's a shorter throw. From home to second base is 127 feet. And I'm thinking, if I start to throw that ball towards the first base side of the bag, I'm going to be saving 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4 feet, so the ball's going to actually get there quicker, which means I'm going to catch more runners and be more proficient at throwing out runners at second base.
And real quick, before you throw, as a base runner, I'm coming in this area where I'm straight onto the bag, and I'm looking to go straight to one point, right? I'm not fading out here. I'm going straight to the base. So now that is taken away from me, and I'm getting cut off here. So it's an effective tool. All right,
and I think it's something that more teams should be thinking about going forward, because replay has changed a lot of the tag plays. Certainly the tag play here at home, the tag play at second base for sure, and even over at first base as well.
All right, let me throw a ball to you. Oh, my arm's dying. All right, they got a chance to see what this might look like on the camera at home.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do it and keep my eyes focused on you on the first throw. And the second one, I'm going to throw as if I'm trying to throw somebody out.
All right.
So here comes the ball.
Boom, that's pretty good. It's up the line, coming back at you. Oh, look at that.
And now I'm going to throw it as if I'm actually trying to come up and toss it. But you're going to see the difference in my head, because it's such a violent move when I try to throw the ball as hard as I can to second base, that your head can't stay focused at the actual target.
All right. Ah! See all the violence of that?
I need to get a little looser before the Studio 42.
We'll do a real one here.
One more time.
All right, we'll do a real one. I'll break from short, too. All right.
Let's do it on the inside of the bag, like the new way I would want to approach it if I was catching today.
Okay, so I'm in a shift. He's off and running. I'm up here. Oh, yes.
Got him.
All right, Greg, what do you think, man?
I love this
How's it
technology.
looking?
I'm very jealous. I kind of want to wear it as well, Dave. I don't think my head would fit in that helmet and the mask.
Right now it hurts, Greg.
I can imagine. I can imagine. You know, there's one other, since you have this equipment on, blocking balls in the dirt, it seems like it's a lost art. Every time I work with you, you're amazed about how many baseballs are rolling to the backstop. What have you noticed following the game like you have?
Well, one of the things that we're watching right now, and if you start thinking about, and for the viewers to be watching games that are being played every night on a nightly basis, we're seeing more catchers drop down to a knee to receive the baseball. Mm-hmm. And they're not concerned about blocking baseballs. In my day, it was almost an embarrassment to have to go chase a baseball because it got back past me. But just take a look at how they're setting up. So analytics is saying, hey, we want you to just frame. We're not worried about blocking baseballs. Just catch the ball and try to steal as many strikes. So they're getting down on their knees. Now, look, it's bases loaded. This base is loaded. It's like dropping anchor. You cannot move. If this pitch is not at your glove, you're going to have a hard time moving. It kind of locks you up as a catcher. You don't have those real soft hands. Every time that knee drops down, you're stuck. You can't do anything. Right here, you know, that ball was right. It was just kind of clanked. But there's a high fastball that he was unable to get to his feet to go up. And you're going to see on this one right here, Omar Narvaez with the Seattle Mariners, down on that knee, his arms get locked up, and any type of movement. Well, now, this is bottom of the ninth, and you're on a knee, game ends. So what analytics are telling a lot of teams and what teams are buying into is we don't care so much about blocking the baseball. We want you to steal as many strikes as possible. And I'm saying, okay, I can understand that part, but when it's a game-winning situation and there's a man on third base, I would imagine he could talk to any pitcher in the game of baseball and say, no, I want you to block that ball.
Yeah.
Get up. I don't care about if you think you're going to steal a strike here or there. But when that game-winning run is on third base, you cannot allow a ball to get past you.
You know, I think that's so interesting because remember Gary Sanchez last year when he was going through the struggles, he wasn't hitting, so all the focus was on defense. Balls bouncing all over the place. Right. But if you think about the philosophy of all we want you to do is frame, that's why the Yankees are like, we don't have a problem with it. Because they're probably coming down from on top, Greg, telling them, just frame. Don't worry about blocking balls, and they get past you.
That's crazy to me, guys. To me, that's crazy that we're so obsessed with how these guys receive the baseball that we don't care if the ball's in the dirt in a day and age, Dave, when pitchers are spinning the ball more than ever before.
That's a great point because the catcher-pitcher relationship is kind of like a trust factor, right? So if I got two strikes and I want to throw that good spin rate curveball, but I'm telling you, hey, I don't want you to throw it because it's a 1-2 count, 0-2 count. I don't want you to throw it for a strike. I want you to bounce it because I'll block it, and there's a good chance that the hitter is going to chase that pitch out of the strike zone. Well, all of a sudden, if there's a guy on third base and the pitcher sees that his catcher does not have the ability to block a baseball, all of a sudden he's thinking, wait, you want me to bounce it, but I know you don't block the ball real well, so I better not really kind of bury it, and then you end up hanging it, and it's this trust factor between the catcher and the pitcher when you're calling that game.
And it's because they want the catcher to try to steal that low strike.
Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking, Greg, as a hitter, hearing all this? It used to be, you got a runner at third base. I may have taken away that split because he didn't want to throw it and have it bounce, but I have a catcher back there that can block it. Now I'm thinking, runner on third base, I'm probably not getting that nasty curveball.
Right.
Because the catcher's not going to be jeopardizing the game.
You eliminate it.
Yes. So I'm wiping that away. That's interesting. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Great. Hey, Dave, thanks for wearing the gear, man.
Brings back
how
old memories,
by
painful
the way?
memories.